Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your reading of March 2021, and this is a reading for Sagittarius Sun, Moon and Rising. And guys, I already got your cards in the pre-shuffle. I have them here so we can jump straight into it, okay? And first, we start with the card that represents you, that represents your energy. How are you stepping into the month of March 2021? And you are opening up with the Lovers. I actually really like this for you because the Lovers is a card of Gemini, which is your opposite axis, so it is in your seventh house. So you are embodying a bit of that opposite side, that side that we need to integrate in ourselves. And this is about choices. I don't see the Lovers here in a romantic sense because it's representing you, your energy. But think about it like this. Gemini is about the choice, is about two sides of the same thing, is about seeing things from multiple perspectives, of being creative, of being curious and investigating things, seeing things around, experiencing them, experimenting them. While Sagittarius is very focused, is the arrow. So you don't really dwell from one side to the other. I'm talking, of course, only of your Sagittarius placement. But Sagittarius itself doesn't dwell on multiple options. It has an arrow. It points to one goal, to one target, and goes towards it. And this is one lesson that Sagittarius needs to learn from Gemini, from its opposite axis, which is to sometimes we don't need to focus on one thing. Sometimes we can allow ourselves to experiment around, to be curious, to try different things, to leave things unfinished also, just for the sake of trying them. And I see you embodying this energy here in the month of March. It's an entanglement of the multiple parts of you. I see this division here, these two people, as two sides of yourself that you're getting to know. The feminine, more receptive side, and the masculine, the more active, the young, okay? And there is this great balance here. And between them, you can see that they have these ties, but they go around. They are not just immediately linked. So there is the feminine side, there is the experience that passes through it until it connects back with the masculine side. But they are entangled in experiences, in different things, in connecting with different people, doing things that makes you happy, doing things that give you different informations. It's a subject archetype, it's not very focused, and that might create also a bit of confusion for you during this month. Since you are a very focused sign, this can also add an element of confusion. But it's a good energy for you to be at, to just allow yourself to try different things around you without getting too attached to any of them. And then we have the card that represents your environment, the people around you. And we have the Page of Pentacles. And I like this combination here because the environment is very fresh. It's offering something new. It's offering different opportunities, different possibilities. And with you in this Lover's position, I see you open to try these different things. And they are not going to be big things at first. It's a page. Okay? So I wouldn't expect something big to come up in the month of March to be offered to you. They are more small things. Let's try this. Let's try that. Maybe this will work. Maybe I like doing this. Maybe I can try this new hobby. Or maybe there is this new activity that can bring me some money and I never thought of doing before. And it might not give me the money that I want right now, but it's still fun to try. So it's those small things that the environment is offering you and that you're being open to try them out and see which of them you would like to expand. But this is just a month of exploration of different opportunities, of different possibilities, of different beginnings. And we are going to see what is the challenge, the main challenge and main struggle that you might face in the month of March. Listen. I would say here, listen to yourself, especially. Listen to what these experiences bring to you. How do you feel about them? With the Lover's card. And I've been talking about experiencing things. Listen to how your body feels in certain situations. Listen to the thoughts that come to your mind when you experience certain things. And also listen to the whole noise that is around you. Sometimes it's a struggle to focus in one thing being said because there's just so much white noise. So it might be hard for you, it might be a challenge for you to listen to the information that is being passed to you, both by yourself and by other people, because of this white noise. So I would not just listen to concrete words, listen with your whole body. Listen with your feelings, listen with how you feel in a certain situation. Listen with how your body reacts physically to a certain situation. If you're struggling to make sense of information that is coming to you this month, I would say, how can you experience this information in different ways other than with your ears? And now, something that I have been doing for all the zodiacs this month, I have a new deck, which is a major arcana only. And in the major arcana, we have the Fool's Journey. It describes the whole cycle from beginning to end. So starting a new project, going on it, starting that journey, facing struggles along the way, both internal and external, and then coming to a final outcome. And then afterwards we have the whole cycle, and a different cycle is restarting all over again. And this is the Fool's Journey. So I wanted to get a card from you, from this deck, just to see at what step are you at right now in your Fool's Journey, in the journey that you are right now. Where do you stand? So let's take a look. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. The Star. I love it. Because the Star comes right after the Tower. So it is that moment in which we see that we just don't have anything anymore. Like we have nothing to lose, nothing else to lose. And we need to trust in ourselves. We need to trust in what's still in there. When we are stripped of all of our belongings, what is left other than that internal light that keeps guiding us, that intuitive light, that optimism, the trust in ourselves that we can take care of ourselves, whatever situation might come. So this is a very nice energy for you to be at. Now let's take a look at your tarot cards. So we have the Five of Swords in the reverse, the Page of Cups, the Five of Pentacles. What is going on with you this month? The Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups in the reverse, the Judgment, the Three of Pentacles in the reverse, the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Lovers in the reverse, your card. So it's interesting that you came out here as the Lovers, and you're also having the Lovers in the reverse here. And sorry, not your card. You're not a Gemini. I'm sorry about that. Okay, but you are represented by the Lovers here. If I remember well, Sag, in the last few months, you have also been struggling with something coming to an end, right? And being trapped on it, moving forward, moving backwards. And I can still see it reflected in here, at least in parts of it. So let's start with the first row. And I'm getting two main messages from this. The first one is, how little are you willing to accept in order not to feel alone. And related to any area of your life, okay? But how little are you willing to accept in order to, first, not have your ego bruised, and second, not feel left alone in the cold? Because the problem with the page here, and this page gives me a very different vibe from this page, because this page is coming from the environment and it's offering something that is solid. It's a page of pentacles. It's a small thing, but it's something solid. And since you are in that lover's energy of experiencing different things, I think it's just fine. I don't see this as something bad, as something small. I see this as something to be curious about. I see this as something to be enjoyed in the moment. But when I look at this page of cups, it's such an illusory gift, an illusory offer. Especially since it's coming from the Five of Swords in the reverse. And this can be either an aspect of you or of someone else. This can be you trying to protect your ego. Sorry about the noise, motorcycles on the street. But this can be an aspect of yourself protecting your own ego and then holding on to things because you think that if you let it go, you might, or well, actually, let me put it in another way. Accepting some things in order to protect your ego, in order to protect your pride, in order to win. Even though this is something that you would not want and that is leading you to unfulfillment. Because that's the problem here. Whatever this is happening here, whatever this is, it's leading you to unhappiness. It's leading you to feeling even more alone, to feeling more abandoned. I almost see this as a self-fulfilled prophecy. Holding on too tightly to try and keep things that don't serve you in order to feel alone, in order to be left alone in the cold, but then going exactly into that direction by accepting whatever it is. And as I said, this can be two different things. It can be an aspect of you. It can be you trying to hold on too tightly to things and to protect your ego too much in order not to feel insecure and then ending up feeling exactly like that. Or this can also be coming from someone else who is very prideful, who needs to win at all costs, and is offering you something that will end up leading you to this situation. Whatever case this is, I think that you don't need this Page of Cups. You don't need to allow yourself to be tempted. And I say this because of this second row here. And let's see. Let's go 2 by 2 like this. This is a clear indication that you need to hold on to yourself, to what matters to you, to your boundaries, to your objectives. That whoever this is, if this is either your bruised ego or someone else's bruised ego, you don't need to engage with that. And as I said, even if this is an aspect of you, you can disengage from your ego. You can tell your ego, hey, I'm not playing this game with you. I don't need you right now. And if this is someone else, you can say the same thing. But this is a clear indication of protecting your own energy. Which is something that you need to do right now. I see this as the way, as the path for Sag this month. And I'm sorry if I keep calling you Gemini. I have a feeling that I keep calling you Gemini. And if I am, I'm sorry. But Sag, this is a feeling that you need to embody this month, of being protective with your own energy, with your own resources. And these are both external and internal resources. Are you spending too much time with people who are not really aligned with you? Are you spending too much time thinking about these people? Because you might not spending time with them, but maybe you're spending so much time thinking about them or engaging with them in an emotional or a mental level that it's still a time that you are spending with them. Are you spending too many resources? Are you spending too much money with someone? Here. However this might arise for you. And this is why I said that it's important not to feel tempted, because this is a card of temptation. The Seven of Cups here is a card of being tempted by many choices, of being spoiled of choices and being able to choose. But it came out in the reverse right under the Page of Cups. You don't need to feel tempted, because there's nothing coming from it. And at the end of the day, it's just a fish. Do you see? It's just a fish inside that cup. It's nothing solid. And the environment around you is offering something that, even though it's small, is something much more reliable and much more aligned with the energy that you're supposed to be at, because you are in a Pentacles mode here, and this is a Page of Pentacles. It is a time for you to feel grounded. It is a time for you to protect your energy from temptation and ground yourself in yourself. And we are going to talk about that more when we get to the last row, because that last row also confirms something very important here. But look, at the end of the day, we have the Judgment coming right under this Five of Pentacles and next to that Seven of Cups. You don't need to be afraid of lacking. You don't need to accept things that are below you because you are afraid of not having enough. The Judgment here tells you that discriminating what you accept or not has its rewards. Be selective. Be selective of what you accept or not, of what you make space for or not. Listen to your own intuition, listen to your own body, listen to how it really speaks to you, not your ego. Remember that we had that card. Listen here. And when we come to the last row, I find this very interesting because Mars is entering Gemini. And Mars is your 7th house. So, sorry, no, Mars is not your 7th house. Gemini is your 7th house. So Mars is coming into your house of relationships, of partnerships. There will be a desire to build something with someone else this month. But the problem is this last row, because the Three of Pentacles is a card of partnership, of working together alongside people, and it's coming in the reverse right under this Four of Pentacles, which tells me that this is a month for you to connect with yourself and not with someone else. It's a month for you to rely on yourself to fulfill you, to find true happiness and emotional fulfillment within you and not through other people. And that can be very hard with Mars going into the house of partnerships, because your whole focus will be in that. You will want so much to build something with someone, and it's still not the time for that, because we have here the Nine of Pentacles right next to it, and the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, the Nine of Pentacles upright, she is a very accomplished woman. She's very independent, emotionally, financially. She built everything for herself. But in the reverse here, it shows me that there is a resistance for you to enter that role of relying only on yourself. But the problem is you're not being able to rely on other people right now. And if you try to force it, if you try to work alongside someone at the moment, this is what comes. The Lovers in the reverse. This is not a moment to rely on other people. This is the moment to rely on yourself, in your own power, in your own inner light. This is the moment to embrace a Nine of Pentacles upright. Embrace the single aspect of you. And this doesn't necessarily need to be in a romantic relationship, okay? Especially if you are already happy single, or if you are in a long-lasting relationship. This can point out to other aspects of your life that you need to be more independent on. Or maybe even finding out that this is a month in which you can't really rely on your partner for any reason, because they have their mind somewhere else, they are also busy and worried about something else, and you need to rely on yourself. So whatever the case is here, this is a moment, this is a month in which you will have this strong urge to connect with people, to build something with them, to work in a partnership with them, but it's just not the time. It's the time for you to build that partnership with yourself, be able to trust yourself completely here. To integrate the feminine and the masculine side of your own self, with the Lovers here in the reverse, okay? Trying to force building something with someone at this moment will just lead to a greater lack of integration. So it's very important to develop that side of you, which I think is very possible, because at the end of the day, you are stepping into this reading with the Lovers card. And I think that that's also why it's so important for you to experience new things, different things, like just be curious and experience everything around you at this month, to kind of find yourself again. Find what speaks to your soul, what brings you happiness, what brings you excitement, what do you like to do? You know, what gives you fun? And I keep getting this aspect of learning new things. Maybe because this is a Gemini card, and Gemini is also Sagittarius, right? Sagittarius rules the 9th house, which is the house of higher education. But if the 9th house is the house of higher education, then the 3rd house that is ruled by Gemini is the day-to-day things, you know, those small curiosities here and there. Trivia, knowledge. So it's about learning. This would be a great month for you to take your focus out of partnerships, even though, again, I know it will be hard with Mars in your 7th house. It's not going to be easy, okay? But it's going to be an effort that will pay off. Get your mind out of it. What I would do is get your mind out of it and focus on different courses that you would like to do. What would you like to learn? Maybe you would like to learn how to play an instrument. Maybe you would like to learn a new language. Maybe you want to learn how to do something handy, like a handcraft. But what can you learn to do? How can you focus your mind in knowledge here, in developing new skills and gaining knowledge? That can be a great way for you to deal with this energy here this month. Okay, so let's get some oracle cards just to close off your reading, but let me have some tea first. Oops. I'm not taking this card because I don't feel it. It just escaped from my hand. We have enlightenment. I really think that this is a month that you will get to learn a lot about yourself. And also, look how this card goes so well with the Star card, which is the moment you are right now. Also, the star is a very alone card. Comes right after the tower. In the tower, we see two figures, a lightning striking a tower, and there are two figures that are falling from the tower. And the next card is the star, but in the star, she's alone. She's healing herself alone. And she's rediscovering her own inner light. And then we have the enlightenment card. So this is not the month to find the light in other people or to show your life to other people. It's the month to find the light within yourself first. Right? That's 9 of Pentacles. Being confident in your own skin, in who you are first. Rebuilding yourself after the tower moment. After that, you move forward, right? After the star, there comes the moon and then the sun. But there is a process. And you're not in the sun yet. You are in the star. So enjoy this part of the process. Let's see. I want an animal spirit for you. Perfect. We have vulture spirit. Nothing is wasted. Whatever was this tower moment that you came from, you just have a lot of knowledge to gain from it. There is wisdom in that. And you can integrate that in you, but you don't need to live in that. Okay? You don't need to live in that moment forever. The tower is gone. You are in the star now. So nothing is wasted. You have a lot to learn from that, whatever happened, from that situation. But moving forward within yourself is also important here. But yeah, nothing is wasted. Let's see one last card. And we have new moon in Scorpio. Work through your fears. The fear of being alone, the fear of not managing things by yourself, the fear of needing other people, the fear of not being able to rely on other people, the fear of not being able to rely on yourself. Use this month to understand those shadow aspects of yourself. Where are those fears coming from? Where is that insecurity coming from? Why are you craving partnership at this moment so much? Is it because you're not relying on yourself enough? Is it truly only because you want to build something with other people? Or is it coming from an insecurity of not being able to build it by yourself? So learn about those fears, learn about those inner aspects of yourself, face them. Understand the true motivations behind your thoughts, your feelings, your actions. Okay, Sagittarius, so that's all I have for you, and I hope you enjoyed. And if you like this reading, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. I'll see you next month. Take care. Bye-bye.